Pull up on us, what's the word? You with the urban nerds.
So let's go ahead and get into our review. Spoiler talk. We spoiler talk. The Odyssey is no really too much to spoil with the Odyssey. It's a book. You know what I'm saying? You can really do a recap on it and get the whole picture from right there. But the Odyssey, what do you rate it? What you think about it? Christopher Nolan.
Yeah. Man, yeah. Just off straight up movie experience, this movie a 10 out of I would say at least a 9.5 out of 10.
Okay.
If you don't really understand the story, it kind of explains it to you. And that's how I guess you got to kind of give a little background. You got to kind of know the story. And you got to understand that everybody interprets what they read differently. Because if you know what I mean, if you ask me to go make a Batman movie, I'm gonna make a Batman movie in my image, and ask you to go make a Batman movie, you're gonna make a Batman movie in your image. You know what I mean? That's what you got to understand. This movie is his interpretation of Homer's, famous story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, this movie was good. Good, solid watch.
Definitely, most definitely. The Odyssey, one of my favorite stories. If not, I feel like it is my favorite fictional story of all time. Just because of the journey, the war, and the adventure after the war. Man, it was just crucial, all the mixtures in between. I loved it. I really loved it. I'm not really too much a big fan of Renaissance movies, but the epics, such as like Lord of the Rings, Gladiator, Braveheart, and I put this up there on that list.
Yeah, this is up there. This is one of the movies. This is, we're going to look back probably 20, 30 years from now. This going to be the movie where they talk about, this is going to be like how Gladiator is, how folks talk about Titanic. Like this movie's like that. That's what folks got to understand. It is, this is that type of movie. You got to go see this one in theaters.
Seriously.
To really experience, just to say you went to the theaters to see it.
Exactly.
Cause this I think 2026 may be the year for movies. To be honest with you,
one of the best movie years probably in history for me.
Yeah, it's a lot of heat coming out. It's been a lot of heat coming.
It's too.
And I don't know could it been from the writer's strike and everything just finally like opening up and rolling out now. It could be.
Everybody got their opportunity to chill.
Yeah, because man, this movie. Perfect cinema. It's a good solid movie all the way around.
Cinema for sure.
Yeah, and I love the lore that went into it. I love all the dialogue. I love all the practical effects he uses. Everything about it.
That's right. For real.
This movie, yeah.
And he definitely made it his way, Nolan way. And I feel like if anything, Nolan's way, because you're taking a story from the past and you got a man from the future that's able to make his own adaptation, right? Which is Nolan. And he's able to put it in a perspective where people see it differently, but once they see it, they realize, especially with me, and I speak on the racial aspect of this movie and how our races are in Greece, I look at it like, man, I feel like it was like that. I feel like Greece was exactly like that. You know how older movies and how older Hollywood like to depict things from a racial perspective, and not to make things racial, but that is the truth. That's reality. He does this nice. One thing I can think about Greece is Antetokounmpo, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He is Greek. Yeah, he's Greek. You know. And that's just for us in the future. Let's talk about the past with Rome, Mancrius, which was Denzel Washington in Gladiator 2. He was an emperor of Rome. He may not have did what he did in the movie, not to spoil it, but he was in reality an emperor of Rome, and he was of African descent. He was African. So that's my point right there. And I love how Christopher Nolan did what he did, especially with the Cyclops scene and how it was different. Even when he started talking, And when they started putting plans together and backed out of plans, it made sense. It was logical. I like Christopher Nolan because he's probably the most logical movie maker in history to me.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He knows how to. He doesn't leave anything open ended, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't really anything left up for question at the end of this movie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's you know what I mean. It was stuff that made sense. It was stuff that you know that had a solid reasoning. It made sense as to why would he do this? Why would he do that? Why would he
Mm-hmm.
do this? Because
Oh.
if you know about the story of Odysseus, you know that he and his man were not good people.
Mm-mm.
And throughout this journey, he slowly comes to realize that what he did was wrong. And what he did, hurt hundreds of people. And he found it out in the final act of the movie. He was like, you know
Yeah.
what? I messed up. This is wrong what we did. We went in there, we was killing women, we was killing children
Yeah.
just to take people over. And the way we did it was a very slimy way to do it, man. We gave you they basically I don't know if people know about the
The story of the Trojan.
actual story of Odysseus, yeah, but with the whole Trojan horse thing, um copyright, your stream was interrupted due to copyright. Oh
Okay, we
well.
keep going. Yeah, he did what it is.
Okay. But yeah, if you don't know, people know about the Trojan horse thing. Um that was basically a peace offering. That was them saying, "We waved the white flag, y'all folks win." And so they gave him the fake white flag, and they opened up after when everybody sleep, the white flag actually got them in it, and the white flag is a Trojan horse.
Trojan horse.
And they come in, open the gates, open the walls of the city, and everybody gets killed. It's
Everybody.
basically it's basically a cheating way. It's basically like, what I mean, in modern terms, it's like, all right, man, we've been fighting all this time. Let's just call it quits.
Yeah.
And they call it quits. I'm gonna bring you a bottle of wine, and then that bottle of wine is poison. Then I poison you. Then I kill you. Then it's you know what I mean. It's a cheap way of doing it. It's a sucker way of doing something. But it's what I mean. And you find out throughout the story, like, okay, I done did these people wrong. I've also did my own men wrong, my own soldiers wrong. I need to do right by these people. And throughout this journey, you find that out. And he kind of, as soon as he gets back home, you know, he makes amends, but he finds out, he has to pay for it.
Had to
But
pay
yeah,
it. Exactly. And he
yeah,
realized I really see him as honorable. Because didn't they, if I'm not wrong, mistaken, didn't they answer to uh the king
yeah,
Adamanian? I think that's his
yeah.
name.
I
Somewhere around
believe
there.
Odysseus was like a
General.
experienced. Yeah, he was like his general, but he was the king of his own
The
place,
kings
right?
of his region. Yep, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
one of the things I believe Odysseus was famous for was he recruited Achilles.
Yep.
And if you don't know the story of Achilles, go watch Troy with,
Sure. Yep.
you know, yeah, with Brad Pitt.
Yep.
But yeah, the story of Achilles, one of the greatest warriors ever told. So that's Odysseus was just very smart. He wasn't the biggest guy, he wasn't the strongest guy. He was just like the smartest fighter.
Yeah, that's right. For sure.
Yeah, in football terms, he kind of like a Cooper Cup.
Yeah,
Like
Cooper
that.
Cup. Superstar.
That's Odysseus. Yeah. He got all the numbers. He got all the stats, but he ain't the best selling person
Right.
to put on your franchise. It's something if that makes sense. But you
Yeah.
trust him out there as your wide receiver. You know what I mean?
That's right
That's
though.
the type of dude. That's the type of dude he is. Yeah.
Because
But yeah.
I respect Odysseus in this movie for sure. In the original story, I kind of got like little questionable things that I'm glad Christopher Nolan didn't put in. But with the leadership role back to the king, my boy in all black that everybody say or reformer, it was more of
Yep.
like a personal vendetta that he had against Troy, right? That made him go do that. Is that if I'm not mistaken? Because really, in the movie, he didn't even throw a punch. He just stood there
Yeah.
watching his partners kill everybody. You know?
Yeah. I can't necessarily remember because I think he was just. I think it may have been something to do with his wife. But I think he was power hungry.
Because Helen of Troy, he ended up taking Helen of Troy.
Yeah,
And
I can't necessarily remember.
mhm.
But yeah, it was something to do with power and it wasn't necessary. That's
Yeah.
another thing. It just wasn't necessary. He was just being greedy. And that's a whole nother thing you find out because it's like everybody, they're greedy.
So they really
And
show
they
it,
yeah.
that go to show too, like what type of like leadership or what Ithaca stood on, but it really played back karma wise as well too when we see the fate of the king.
Hmm.
And when we see that, we realize full circle what really happened. Now we see in the beginning as well what happened with the fate of his daughter. And I really
Yeah.
saw that man as conniving, deceiving in the lowest form and
Yeah.
fashion. And so I never
Yeah.
really, I don't really go for the aura glazing
Yeah.
that they doing on the internet. It's cool, the suit cool, but the representation of the man and who he was, nah. I'm glad you
Yeah.
went out like that. I'm not gonna hold
Yeah.
you. I'm glad you went out
Yeah.
like that. And Odysseus, he's seen it. He understood it. If he didn't realize it during the war, because it was his idea to do the Trojan horse. So he was a great general, a great king, but he did realize his wrongdoings, even if it took him
Yeah.
a minute. For sure. He took them
Yeah.
boys on the journey, boy, and he didn't have to tell.
He
He
did.
couldn't tell them a lot, and that was the crazy thing about it too. Not really, but it was more so of like the God way in sense,
Hmm.
like God telling you, "Oh, I'm about to test you." Oh,
Hmm.
that's cool. God about to test you, and you got to just accept it, and you got to understand. All right, he telling me, he testing me. He not telling me how, but he's saying that I'm gonna be all right in the end, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be good. But I gotta go through this, kind of like
Yeah.
the story of Job in the Bible. That's why I really see Odysseus. But instead of losing family members, he lost a lot of his comrades and men on this journey that took a long time, man. It took a long time, and he made it though. He made it. I love the practical effects that Christopher Nolan used too.
Yeah. That was good
Yeah.
filmmaking. That's that is really just seeing what his idea of it was, man.
Yeah.
This is fire. It's great movie. You just made me think about it too. That him sacrificing his daughter reminded me of Thanos. Thanos did the same
Right.
thing.
Yeah. So we kind of had that type of aura, man. That Thanos aura.
Yeah, the
And
main person on the poster.
love Thanos. Yeah, and that okay. And so speaking on that poster, look at the background and look at the atmosphere around it.
Mm. Yeah, there was a foreshadowing right here.
Yeah, that was a foreshadow right here of
Yeah.
them going to Hades. Great movie,
Yeah.
bro. I loved it. 9.5 out of 10 for me as
Yeah.
well.
Mm.
I see
Oh yeah.
no flaw in it, man. I really didn't see any flaw in it. Like I said, and like you said, Christopher Nolan, he did his adaptation in a
Hmm.
humble, honorable style,
Hmm.
because Odysseus slept with Calypso in the real story.
Yeah, it get real foggy in that real story. That's what, but that's why I respect this
Yeah,
adaptation because I'm like,
yeah.
okay, it get real foggy in here. It's he kept it the story PG-13. Let's say that he kept the story PG-13
Yep.
because he could have got very low down.
Yeah, he could have
But I
definitely
mean,
got low down.
you couldn't blame him because you got to understand, man. I don't know, if folks put this in perspective. He was out at sea. He was trying to get home for how long? 20 years
About
of his
20
life.
years. Yep.
That's insane.
He didn't even get to
And
be his son, right? Not to cut you
he
off.
now he got to meet his well,
Like in
he
the
met his
beginning.
he met his son when he was still a baby.
That right.
So imagine you see your son as a baby, you don't see him again until he grown. So that's wild in itself.
Right.
That entire time he fighting to get back home, fighting his best. So yeah,
Struggling. He
it's
fight
just
creatures.
but creatures, witches, psych monsters, giants,
Hell.
Sirens. He went to hell. You right. He done fought it all.
Man, he heard the siren
Storms,
song on purpose. He wanted to hear it.
man.
That man so
Yeah.
crazy. He wanted to hear it. He didn't want to put the wax in. Let's go ahead. All right, let's
Yeah.
row the boat. Let's go ahead and go through. Simple. And he wanted to put himself through that right there. And that was strong. I love how he put all his emotion in on that scene right there. And they say, I saw it on TikTok. It took him an hour to prepare for that. Christopher Nolan gave Matt Damon an hour to prepare for that scene. And they were out on separate boats. And it came that time. They shot it. That was a nice scene right there. So many good scenes.
That was peak acting, man. This acting was amazing. His Matt Damon acting was great. Anne Hathaway had some of the best acting I've ever seen her do in this movie.
Yep, exactly.
She was on point with it. And I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Shout out to Tom.
John Berthal. Yeah, Tom Holland. John Berthal. I don't like to give people credit who went on screen long. So I love the short time Lupita was on screen. She did her thing. It was very short, so she can really get a, you know what I mean? She didn't really get a shot, but that little short little moment she showed out.
Especially that jump scare.
Yeah, that was good. But yeah, the effects, everything on this, it was slick a horror movie in the middle.
Definitely,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I loved it though, because you got to portray, man, this Joker he going through a lot, and it could have all been avoided. It could have been, you know what I mean, settled differently.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, yeah, this
the Cyclops to everything. So, what do you feel like your favorite scene was, or your favorite mini adventure within this big adventure?
I would definitely say when they fought the Giants.
Yeah, I agree.
I would definitely say when they fought the Giants. They pulled up and it was like a subtle foreshadow because they ran into a little kid first, and the kid was as tall as them. They was eye level. And it was like you could tell it was like a 3-4-year-old kid, the way he was laughing and taunting them. And they was like, nah, something wrong. And he was laughing, then he ran away, and then his parents, the elders came. And they like 12, 10-foot men, all strong, all super, and they coming after you, knocking you out, and they trying to run out the forest. The forest, trees are moving, trapping them in the forest. Oh man, it was
like they going through it. That was the most, I feel like, not the most eye-popping scene, but the most mind-boggling scene for sure. Just to see him, like, because I thought it was just gonna be kind of regular, seeing it in the trailer, and then seeing that these guys really giants, like they got
Wimby they came out,
Yao Mings,
but they came out flipping the boat. I thought that was crazy, man. They almost took them all the way out. That took a lot of their numbers. Them alone took a lot of their numbers. I thought the Cyclops scene was gonna be
more
longer.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be longer and more extensive than it was, because like he said, but that's why I said Christopher Nolan did a good job explaining it. I thought it was gonna be more longer, as in a sense of like that Cyclops having intelligence, because that's what he has in the actual story. He you know what I mean? He can talk to him, he sit down, he's very smart too, he cunning too, but he's a huge monster.
He has brothers on the island. So when so they missed out on the part where Odysseus in the original story, like you told me, he says, my name is nobody, after he stabs him in the eye. Like, what is your name? Well, excuse me, before he stabbed him in the eye, he said, my name is nobody. Then that happened, told his brothers on the island, he yelled out in the air, been stabbed. The brother said, who did it? Nobody stabbed me. So they went back by their business. But that was interesting. So you don't really see the brothers getting in conflict with Odysseus, but just to think if all them jokers would have popped out, that would have been over with for them. They wrapped the movie up right there.
But I respect how he did it, because it kind of kept with the theme of, remember I said earlier, he was trying to keep it to the theme of you gradually finding out your men are not good men.
Yeah.
And so that would have seemed like a win if he would have had the Cyclops speaking. You know what I mean? It would have been
Right.
like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? He wanted to slowly like, okay, because the Cyclops took out a good bit of them too. He took out about 4 or 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know what I mean? After they went down, then it was like, oh shoot, okay, we did him kind of dirty, but it is what it is. He's just a monster. We
And
we
then
go
when
on
they
about our
found
day.
out,
Yeah, they was like he Poseidon's son. That that
yeah,
that set up the thing for later because Poseidon, king of the sea,
yo, y'all got to go
it
through
wasn't.
sea
It was
to
a
go home,
it was a bumpy ride that to the rest of the movie. The
man.
rest of the movie, a bumpy ride.
Real
So
bumpy.
it made sense, but I was like, okay, and it was slowly. The more and more you found out, I'm like, man, these guys aren't any good. And that was the iconic scene. That's when you really find out the guys aren't good when you when the witch drops that little Easter egg. Was the witch named Cersei, I believe?
Cersei, when they went to go see Cersei, when they went to see Cersei,
Yeah.
man, they seeing Black Panthers, lions, tigers on this island. They like, what in the world?
Which should have been the first red flag. You know what I mean? Why ain't these lions attacking me? Well, you know what I mean? They just out there walking up to a random witch's house, demanding food. You know what I mean? Well, I take that back. They tried to come in there in peace. And that's another thing that came back why they broke Zeus's law.
Yeah,
And
they
you find
did.
out that's why it all tie in at the end. They come in trying to use Zeus's law on everybody else,
Yup.
not knowing everybody else. You know what I mean? They know they broke that law.
No, they broke that
So
law. Yup.
the gods are punishing everybody. They're like, no, Zeus's law don't apply to y'all no more.
That's
Y'all,
right.
you know what I mean? Y'all gotta pay for what y'all did. And so, you know what I mean? That everybody that came in contact to the Cyclops, then they ran into the Giants. They didn't greet them good. The witch
Yup.
didn't greet them good. The Kraken monster didn't greet them good. Who
Yo,
else?
definitely ain't.
The mermaids obviously ain't gonna greet you good.
They gonna greet you nice. They little mermaids try to get you.
The nicest people to you were the people from Hades, the dead people, and they were barely nice. They
So,
started chasing them on to kill them too.
yeah, once the conversation was over with, yeah, y'all better get up out of here. Y'all gotta run away from every situation. And it was a bumpy ride for all of them, man. It was crazy. I love back to the Cersei. I love how when she did what she did, and then she reversed it. She told the men back to your disguises.
Yeah,
She knew the
clever
true
wordplay.
nature of the men. She knew the true nature of the men, especially
Mhm.
men at war. And
Mhm.
boy, it just like you said, it revealed itself. And the
Yeah.
lone soldier, the lone survival, realized it.
Yeah.
Man, full circle moment. Excellent movie.
Yep. Yeah,
Excellent
that's
movie.
why I say that third act was so good because when he's getting his memory back from Calypso and he's starting to remember, like, man, we did do them bad.
Yeah.
And you finally see the actual Trojan War when they hopped out the horse. They was fighting to go to unlock the gate. They finally unlocked the gate. They let the king in and all his men in to come kill everybody in there.
Yeah.
And you see it slowly. They like, okay, they killing all the fighters. Then wait a minute, y'all pulling out. He started to notice as he's running through, he walking through, and that was the most powerful scene in there. He walking through, he sees some of his men pulling out women out of their house,
That way it got
killing
real.
them on the
Yeah.
spot. Boom,
Yeah.
pulled out kids, boom, killing them on the spot. And the final person we see get killed is Athena.
Damn.
Athena, yeah,
Yeah.
Zendaya.
When they chopped
They
the
chop,
head off of the
they
statue.
chop her head off, and then it all come to realization. He like, man, I did wrong. I messed up. And I feel like once he found out he messed up, I believe that's when the gods allowed him to go home because he went out there on that little bitty raft that he hand built. Instant, and closed his eyes. Instantly was home. The gods let him get home.
Yup. Oh,
And
for
that
sure, for sure.
he wasn't allowed to go home until he realized what went down and what went wrong and how he did wrong and how he must account for it. Because I don't know if you know, but at the end when they're together, I mean him and Penelope I finally get together, they leave and they leave Tom Holland's character Telemachus in charge.
Yup. Right.
They're going into exile because he's understand his punishment for what he did.
What he did. That right. That right.
Yeah, I was like, man, that's deep. That's deep. Even after all that, you came back, reclaimed your kingdom, you made it home. Now you got to leave because you broke Zeus's law, and you know it. You know what I mean? But this is how you make amends for it. This is how we're gonna respect you, let you live the rest of your lives out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely got
And
to learn
so
the lesson.
yeah, and I caught that too. I seen somebody say that online. That's why, because you think why was technically they all broke Zeus's law when they trapped all the men at the end, all the suitors in the end, to be killed by Odysseus.
Okay,
But
that
it
was
makes
more
sense
in.
because they trapped the men, and you can say that that's kind of the wife's fault because that's why she went out to exile as well. But yeah,
Okay,
because it's her
okay,
house. But
yeah,
that's another reason why he didn't let Tom Holland's character fight, because he was like, I don't want you getting in trouble with us. You know what I mean? He didn't let him fight for him. Only time he fought was when somebody was attacking him.
because they not worried about anybody else punishing them but Zeus.
Exactly.
Cause his
Exactly.
ass already been punished by a couple of guys on this 20-year
Hmm.
journey. So it's like,
Hmm.
yeah. He ain't
He
trying to
done.
deal with that no more.
Yep, he been through enough. We're gonna let him live. We're gonna let him live.
Okay, you
Just
just made me
know you.
realize that.
Yeah, but yeah, he spared. He basically spared his son. He was like, "No, don't hit nobody in here because we don't want you getting involved with this." Because I caught that too. At first thing I'm thinking, I'm like, "Bro, grab a sword. We finna fight. It's like
Mm-hmm.
30 people in here. It's
Yeah.
time to get down."
Help your
And he
daddy
told her
out.
that. He was like, "No, I got him," and he was killing them
Ooh,
one
went
by one,
John
killing them.
Wick mode.
Yeah, and I'm telling, he did go in John Wick mode. It was crazy. It was like a scene out of Batman.
Yeah,
he,
seriously.
he was killing everybody. He had arrows in his back from fighting,
Still
and then
fighting.
the dudes just realized, they was like, yeah, we ain't got enough willpower for him. He finna kill us all. Let me just go ahead and submit, because then you could see that in the fight. A lot of them just stopped fighting. They just got on the knee and just bend it and just was like, you got it. You the
Man,
king.
that's right
We
though.
don't want to. We don't want to be the king no more. And then he killed enough people, and that's why I didn't give the movie good as ratings. I did 9.59 out of 10, because I didn't think Robert Pattinson's
Robert.
character, he didn't die good enough for me. They should have did more.
I watched it
Because the one
again.
dude, yeah, I do gotta watch that again, because I know he the black guy, Dr. Dre, his character died real good. That that
Yeah,
that
that
was a
guy.
real. They was clapping in the theater when he died, because he was the first one to realize. He said, "Oh shoot, that's Odysseus." He couldn't even get Odysseus out his mouth, and the arrow was in his neck.
Mm-hmm.
Odysseus was not playing with them.
It was nah, he wasn't. He wasn't, and he shouldn't either. Coming on here
Yeah,
drinking up all the drink, eating up all the
yeah,
food, all the
yeah.
ration. But I mean, it's Zeus law. But y'all abusing Zeus law, so I feel like they needed to go because they abused Zeus law, especially Robert Pattinson, man. And
Oh yeah.
you really, your sole purpose was really here for this man, woman, and they
Hmm.
made that kind of known as, they kind of made him the villain of the movie. He was the villain character of the movie. You can see
Hmm.
psychologically how he was the villain of the movie as he tried to get in Penelope's ear. And shout out to Penelope too, man. The
Oh yeah.
most loyal woman in fictional history. You know what I
Right. Yeah.
mean? Because all them
Jeez
years,
Louise.
boy.
After 20 years, hey, move on, girl.
We know Odyssey
After-
really wasn't faithful, but he was with a nymph and under her spell. So that's different. That's different. That's different right there. That don't count. That ain't cheating Odysseus. So you good though. But Penelope,
yeah,
whoo, you strong, girl. You strong. Shout out to
she
you.
was.
Ooh,
She
we
was.
doing her thing, that knitting every day. Doing her thing. Yeah. Keep doing you.
Yeah.
Stay in there. Just stay in there.
Boy, loyal. Man, loyalty down to a T.
Yeah, right. So yeah, definitely a great movie, man. Loved everybody in it. That was a big cast, great casting, great
Hmm.
casting. I ain't seen that many people, superstars in a movie since probably Endgame. Like Endgame, just from my knowledge. My knowledge.
Yeah, man, I can't think of any movie with this type of all-star cast. I mean, not any movie recently,
Yeah.
because this is a super all-star cast, like
Right. They
bad,
did their
and a huge
thing.
project. They were getting paid. I know the budget was ridiculous. I think they already hit their budget. 'Cause I think the budget was 250 mil, and they did 260 over the weekend,
Going to a
something like
billion.
that.
Going to a
Yeah.
billion
Oh,
by the end of the
this
month.
1,000% going to a billion.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would go to a billion faster if it weren't for Spider-Man coming out next week,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
that's going to affect the
Yeah.
numbers a little bit. It's either going to affect Spider-Man numbers or it's going to affect this movie's numbers. We
Mm-hmm.
movie buffs. We're going to see them both, so it don't even matter to us. But
Yep. Exactly.
you know what I mean? If somebody who want to come out and get out and see something epic, they probably going to go see Odysseus
Oh yeah.
and the Odyssey.
Definitely.
Man, this is a movie. This is like I said, this one of the movies we're gonna talk about 20 years from now.
Years from now.
Oh, you ain't seen the Odyssey? You ain't seen Titanic? You ain't seen Gladiator? You ain't seen 300? There's that type of movie.
It's dead. Yeah, it's up there, and it's up there for real. And for my people, for my brothers, for my urbans that's not nerds that want to be, y'all get over the hump of the 3-hour movie thing. Listen,
Right.
we sat there 3 hours, locked in, no bathroom break, no popcorn break, nothing. Locked in. That movie is that good. It's up there with Lord of the Rings, with all the great epic movies, man. Loved it. I want to see it again. I will see it again. Today is Monday. I may go tomorrow. Check it out. I don't know, but
Yeah.
hey, man, I'm definitely gonna see it again. This is Christopher Nolan's biggest movie to date.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. I
It's up
thought it
there in
would
the
be
list.
Oppenheimer. Yeah,
Woo.
but I mean,
Oppenheimer was good though. Man,
yeah. This movie is and
financially,
good thing is too, and this for the urban folks or the urban nerds. You know what I mean?
hmm?
If you don't have to have any background knowledge of this story at all,
No, you don't.
they explain everything well enough to where you can understand what's going on. You can hop in.
No,
All you need to understand is this: these men just got done fighting the war and they want to go back home. That's all. That's all you got to know.
that's
And
it.
they kind of explain that. Yeah, the war is over and they trying to go back home. That's the story.
It's a fact. Because really, they can hear us talk about all of this and break all this down and review all this spoiler wise and still go see the movie and still get an experience, because it's not like Marvel, you got to catch up or you get this, that, and the third. Now, you can really go and get spoiled and still go watch it and have a good time.
You right. Yeah, you right. This is a more of a historical flick. So it's, we can spoil it. We all know what happens at the end. It's like going to go see the Michael Jackson movie. I mean, we know he dies at the end. Yeah, you know what I mean? We know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of them type movies. You can see it regardless. You right.
For sure. Best movie of the year right now, I give it Project Hail Mary is right there below. I love Project Hail Mary. Y'all make sure y'all check that out as well on Amazon. But this movie is top tier right now, and I think it will stay there until Spider-Man. That's gonna be questionable. I'm gonna see. I think Spider-Man's still gonna be good. Shout out to Spider-Man. And first off, while we talking about the Odyssey, shout out to Regal for giving away these IMAX posters.
Yes, sir. Yep, I got me one too.
Yes, sir. So I'm definitely getting mine framed. Shout out to Regal for that right there. Shout out to y'all, man. Oh, y'all, man. Real talk.
Yes, sir. Hit us over the sponsorship.
Yes, sir. Talk to us. But most definitely, I was really glad to see that in IMAX. Seeing the Christopher Nolan movie in IMAX, that's the best that you can see, man. That's like seeing LeBron in his prime in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like the way you got to see it, man. And I saw Interstellar 10-year anniversary in IMAX. I'm blessed to see that right there. This right here, amazing. Loved it. Once again.
Oh yeah. Go see it in IMAX, to be more specific.
Yeah, go see it in IMAX.
Yeah, you can't go to IMAX, still go see it. It's a good movie. It's worth it.
Definitely. Yes, sir, folks. Well, that wraps it up for that right there, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Everybody watching, shout out to y'all. Much love. Make sure y'all hit subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that comment, engage. Be back with more this week. Y'all make sure y'all follow us on all platforms. Hey, got more coming, more on the way, man. Peace out.
Yes, sir. We out.